What is up, everybody? This is Patrick, and I am back here once again with my Monday Night Raw review. And I'm not going to waste any time ranting. I'm not going to waste time ranting about this silly show, an embarrassment of a show. I'm just going to get straight into it, and let's just talk about a few things. First off, let's talk about everyone's favorite UFC fighter who keeps getting handed title shots. Ronda Rousey made her Raw debut tonight, and all I'll say is I'm glad it wasn't a squash match, because I absolutely hate squash matches. If there is one thing that is definitely pissing me off, is that people want to see someone like Ronda Rousey squash people. And I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Why do you want squash matches? Those are boring. Squash matches make no sense. There's no sense in squash matches. Squash matches do nothing. They don't. They do absolutely nothing for that wrestler, and they do nothing. Look what squash matches did for Andrade Cien Almas. It did nothing for him. I mean, and look at the squash matches that AOP got. It didn't do anything for them either. Squash matches do nothing. When a new talent gets called up, they need to show their talents. They need to show what they're capable of. They need to show what they're capable of, what they can do in the ring. Like the Andrade Sin Cara match. That was a good example of showcasing Andrade Cien Almas. And that's what Rousey needed. She needed a showcase match on Monday Night Raw. Sure, she's been showcased at Money in the Bank and even WrestleMania. But still, there's no reason for me to hear people say Ronda Rousey must squash Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. Why? Why? Just because you don't like Alexa Bliss? Is that your excuse why you want Ronda Rousey to squash Alexa Bliss? This match. This is a SummerSlam match. Listen to yourselves. This is a SummerSlam match. Why bother hype up this match? Why would you hype up the match and have all this hype around the match, you've even got them on the poster. You've even got them on the poster for the SummerSlam match. All this hype that you're giving this match up. What is the point of doing all this hype What's the point doing all that hype if it's just going to be a squash match? There's no reason for it to be a squash match. And if you think about it, Ronda hasn't squashed anyone since arriving. Since arriving. So why should Ronda squash someone? If she didn't squash Stephanie McMahon, if she didn't squash Nia Jax, and if she certainly did not squash Alicia Fox, then she's not going to squash Alexa Bliss. Why would you treat Alexa Bliss like that? Why would you treat Alexa Bliss as a joke at SummerSlam just to give Ronda Rousey a feel-good championship win? Makes no sense. So no, guys, I don't want a squash match at SummerSlam. I want a wrestling match. SummerSlam is one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. I don't care if your name is Alexa Bliss. You should be giving a good match. And that is the thing that is really irritating me. That is the thing that's really irritating me. people are saying this only because they hate Alexa. And none of you will admit that. No one will admit it. That's the only reason why people want this. Alexa Bliss also attempted to attack Ronda after the match. But then Ronda gave Alexa the judo throw. And vowed to win the Raw Women's Championship. And that's basically it. That was basically the end of the whole Ronda Rousey stuff. Now I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna talk about the other things. The show started off with, what do you know, Roman Reigns. Started things off with Roman Reigns talking about Brock Lesnar, and this whole segment. And eventually this whole segment led to a match with Roman Reigns and Constable Baron Corbin. I don't know why, but okay. Whatever. We got a match. Roman Reigns obviously gets the win here over Constable Baron Corbin due to Finn Balor's interference. And now we're getting Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin again at SummerSlam. Wow, I should really be excited about this match. I really should. I should be jumping for joy right now that we're getting another Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin match. This is not SummerSlam worthy, seriously. But I would not be surprised if Baron Corbin got the win. Because if you guys think about it, Balor got his win at Extreme Rules. So don't be surprised if we see Corbin get the win at SummerSlam. Finn Balor is actually 2-0 at SummerSlam. If you people want to know something, Finn Balor is undefeated at SummerSlam. But for now, Bobby Roode versus Mojo Rawley. Now, I want to tell you guys this. I don't mind seeing someone like Mojo Rawley on my TV. And I'll tell you why. Because at least it actually gives him something to do. Now, I know Mojo Rawley isn't one of the best guys on the roster, but at least it's better. At least him doing something on TV is better than him not doing anything, right? Everybody likes to talk about how certain wrestlers need to be on TV to showcase what they can do, and also how it's not how certain wrestlers are being utilized. Mojo Rawley, at least he's actually getting utilized, and he's actually being used on Monday Night Raw, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it at all. Bobby Roode got the win here, which was a very big surprise, considering how WWE has been handling Bobby Roode. But Bobby Roode got a well-deserved victory, a much-needed win. And, yeah, he got a win with a glorious DDT. And good congratulations to Bobby Roode on a much-needed win. Bobby Lashley interrupts Elias' documentary shoot for Walk with Elias. Man, oh man, I feel sorry for Bobby Lashley. I so do. I feel terrible for Bobby Lashley. And this ain't me being sarcastic, I actually legit mean it. I legit mean I feel so sorry for Bobby Lashley. But some people would be more feeling sorry for Elias than feeling sorry for Bobby Lashley. But I feel more sorry for Bobby Lashley. Actually, I feel sorry for both guys. I feel terribly bad for both guys because Bobby Lashley, you know, he wanted to fight Brock Lesnar. WWE screwed Bobby Lashley. WWE screwed Bobby Lashley over. Bobby Lashley wanted to face Brock Lesnar, but instead Vince McMahon has to be typical Vince McMahon and go with Roman. It should have been a triple threat. But no, we're going to get this stupid match between Bobby Lashley and Elias for SummerSlam. Something I don't understand. I feel terrible for both guys. Titus O'Neil versus author of pain, Razor, or Razor, however it's pronounced. You know how I said last week that WWE ruined AOP? You know, just because Razor got the win here does not mean the AOP is back. This is just pretty much 50-50 booking. Apollo Crew, Titus Worldwide, win one week, and AOP win the next week. That's why people don't get over. That's why certain wrestlers can't win and get crowd reactions. The authors of pain have been ruined. And just because Razor beat Titus O'Neil does not mean that the AOP are dominant once again. 50-50 booking, and it's stupid. Absolutely stupid that 50-50 booking is in the authors of pain's future. What, is this going to lead to a pre-show match between the two at SummerSlam? This is seriously SummerSlam worthy. Not. Jinder Mahal versus Braun Strowman. Again. And again, Jinder Mahal wins. This time by disqualification. Seriously, I don't understand how Braun Strowman fell for the same thing. He fell for the same trap. Kevin Owens grabbed his briefcase, ran with it, Braun chased him, but this time Braun swings it around and hits Jinder Mahal, and he gets disqualified. Why are they... Why are they making Braun Strowman look like an idiot? Why are they making Braun Strowman look like an idiot falling for the same thing? He fell for the same trap that Kevin Owens did. Now I know this is their way of showcasing that, oh, Braun Strowman can lose by pinfall, submission, count out, or disqualification. It doesn't matter how he loses. If he loses the briefcase. Yes, I understand that. I know that he has to. Now I know that. I know he loses in every faction, WWE. Kevin Owens said it. He said it doesn't matter how he loses. If he loses the briefcase. We don't need examples of it. We don't need examples of it like we're stupid idiots. Braun Strowman has been made to look like a fool here. He was made to look like an absolute idiot. He's not really the monster among men now, is he? He was definitely made to look like the monster of stupidity. Now, I don't like being very mean like this, but this is what happens when WWE book their characters like stupid. So stupid. And Jinder Mahal has got 2 fluke victories. 2 fluke-ass victories over Braun Strowman. So ridiculous. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Ziggler and McIntyre get the win. Now, I don't know what the whole point of this match is, but if the whole point of this match was to prove that Dolph Ziggler needs Drew McIntyre, then obviously you have succeeded. Because it's clear as day that Drew McIntyre has been the only reason why Ziggler is Intercontinental Champion. When is Dean Ambrose coming back? Isn't Dean Ambrose supposed to be coming back soon or something? Because this is getting really, really obnoxious. If this does not lead to Dean Ambrose coming back at all, then what was the whole point of this? Because it feels like that's the whole point of this. The whole point of this is that Seth Rollins is getting, double teamed, and he needs someone to back him up. Now, unless they're planning it for SummerSlam, where they're planning Dean Ambrose to show up at SummerSlam and lead Seth Rollins to winning the Intercontinental Championship, then okay, that's fair enough. That is something I would not mind. But it's getting really, really obnoxious now, and I think a lot of people are wondering, where the hell is Ambrose? Even I want to know where the hell is Ambrose. I know he's injured, but geez, how long must we wait? The B Team versus the Revival. Their match ended in no contest. Who really cares, right? Does anybody care about the B Team? I know I care about the Revival, but I mean, does anybody really care? I already know where this is leading. This is just leading to a triple threat match for the Raw Tag Team titles at SummerSlam. This is what it's leading to. And hopefully, the Revival get the win. But I'll talk more about that when we get to the predictions when it comes to SummerSlam. But honestly, I don't really care about this match. Why should I care? It's the B Team. Paul Heyman addressed his relationship with Brock Lesnar. You know, I don't really care about this. I'm just going to move on. But if there's anything I should say about this before I do move on, I'll say a few things. If there's a few things I will say about this, is that Paul Heyman's eyes, if you look at Paul Heyman's eyes, his eyes, seriously, it looked like Paul Heyman had no sleep. His eyes are like all red, like there was like red stuff around his eyes. You know, it looked like he had no sleep. Because that's what your eyes look like if you've had no sleep. Your eyes are really, really red. And Paul Heyman's growing some facial hair as well. I don't know why, but why does that always happen when Paul Heyman is in a, you know, gets like physical anyway? You know, like where I don't mean him getting physical. I mean like where it gets physical with him. Like his eyes turn bulging red. He starts growing hair. Because it happened with CM Punk when they had their feud. But, I don't know. It's just really, really weird. The Riot Squad took on the Hug and Boss Hug connection. Or Boss and Hug connection, whatever. But, honestly, I hate that team name. I seriously do. I hate that team name. Do you know why I hate it? Because it's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. It's so cringe. It reminds me of the Rock and Sock connection. It reminds me of the Rock and Sock connection, and it's stupid. I don't want to see Sasha Banks and Bayley as a rip-off of the Rock and Sock connection. Like, that's like, you guys need to think of the name. Boss and Hug connection? I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, are you seriously telling me that people can't tell that's similar to the Rock and Sock connection? The Rock and Mankind? If you're literally that blind and you don't understand that, then I don't know, what the world are you looking at? Why are these two ripping off the Rock and Sock connection? I know they're not the Rock and Sock connection, but their team name is so goddamn similar. But whatever. The Riot Squad got the win here, only because Ruby Riott made her return. It is good to see Ruby Riott again. She's probably one of the only members of the Riot Squad I actually care about. But, either way, the right squad got the win here. Sarah Logan pinned Sasha Banks by roller. And that's basically it. That's basically your Monday Night Raw review. I talked about the Ronda stuff at the start. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the end of this review. I hope you guys did enjoy the review. If you did, hit the thumbs up. Comment your opinions down below on what you guys think of the show. And if you guys did enjoy this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe button as well, so then you can see more videos like this. And also be sure to follow me on my Twitter at @pballantyne to stay up to date with me on Twitter. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll talk to you all later, and I'll see you all tomorrow for my SmackDown review. See you guys then.